West Texas droning, drone jerks. One bad apple spoils the barrel. And I'd like to thank Tech Studio for the splash screen text graphics you see there. Hi everybody, we're going to do another Neo 1 flight test today, but first I'd like to address a little issue that's bothering me. We've all seen these videos where guys out flying this drone in a Karen, or maybe a Kevin, I don't know who, Ken, I don't know what the name is for a guy. But they come up really mad that you're flying a drone. They feel threatened, they're scared, they object very much to a drone being around them. And you kind of wonder what's going on. You know, I mean, you just go out minding your own business, maybe out in a park, maybe who knows where, and you have this issue. Somebody says, oh, you're flying a drone, get out of here. I'm going to call the cops. I'm going to take the drone away from you. I'm going to beat you up. There's some scary stuff here. And you have to ask yourself, what made people this way? What's the problem? Well, I can say there are past events from over a year ago in the Northeast where they had the drone issues, they think, and maybe a little bit of misreporting by the media. And people have gotten pretty riled up and scared about the subject of drones. Could be that, or maybe, well, just maybe it's us. And what I mean is not all of us, but some of us. Although I really don't consider the folks who do this stuff us, but the outsiders do. Jerks whose behavior makes us look all bad, and you see examples like this. These are from YouTube, and there's lots and lots of drone prank videos out there that really don't help our position very much when we just want to go out and fly our drone. Stuff like this. These guys are real winners. They sent a drone and an RC car with a speaker taped to the top of it out onto a golf course, and they harassed the golfers. They buzzed them with the drone, and they talked trash to them over the RC car speaker. Now this guy has almost 5 million subscribers, and this video has 3.7 million views. And I'm wondering, I'm sure this channel is probably monetized, and I'm wondering, does he have a 107 to do this? Does he even have a trust certificate? It makes you wonder. But this is a real problem. How about this one? Pretty nice, huh? Anytime you're out flying your drone, people are going to remember stuff like this, and they're going to react in a negative way. And how about this? This is a real thing. It almost leaves me speechless. Well, what can we do? I mean, it is hard for the average drone person who's a good guy, straight shooter, to overcome the bad examples set by some people. And if you have any good ideas on how to rectify this, I'm open. I don't know. We can do the best we can as far as being polite and proper users of drones in public places. I don't know. I have some kind of a PR campaign to legitimate real drone users. They have a code of ethics, something to protect ourselves from the bad image that these people put out on us. Whatever. Anyway, we're going to talk about some flight now. First, the weather. And I wanted to demonstrate a couple of apps for you and why I always choose multiple apps for my weather information in a flying environment. As you see, the app on the left says that it's a good day to fly. It's caution. It says there's 31 degrees and there's only 12 satellites. But the other app says, look, it's IFR and there's an 800-foot ceiling. Now, we can't fly at 100 feet high, but we have to stay 500 feet below the clouds, which, looking at this, you're going to know that you can only fly 300 feet above the ground, depending on hills and stuff that may put you closer to the clouds than 500 feet. Just something for you to think about, because checking just one source may not give you the full information that you need to know. Now, on to the video. Back out at Fur Hopper Ranch on the test zone, and we're going to do a visual line of sight test with the Neo 1, and then we might try a return to home. So we're going to be flying down range here, and we're going to have to get high enough to clear these trees, and you can see there's power lines there, as you can tell by that power pole. I have to get above those, but I'm not going to get too high just because of the winds. You'll see that there is some issues with wind for the Neo 1 today. I'm going to make sure I clear these power lines. I cleared the power lines, and now we want to see how far we can go and still see the Neo 1 well enough to judge its behavior and operation. Grok said 600 to 800 feet would be his prediction, and as it turned out, the edge of my visual line of sight, I stopped it at 635 feet, which is where I'll set my controller. So that's what I'm going to use for that. Now I'm going to do something really smart. Here's a return to home in a strong wind warning. And as we move in here, if you'll keep your eyes on that horizontal speed, it's going to hit a place here in the atmosphere where it just slows way down, evidently a wind gust, and it almost just stopped in midair and then picked up again. So as I come in and this thing starts to descend, I go ahead and I take over manually, and I bring it down just because it didn't look like it was going to hit anywhere close to where I wanted it. One to guess as to what that little brown thing is to the left there. Well, there's the Neo 1 visual line of sight test and return to home. Maybe we'll do one when the winds aren't so bad to see if it'll actually work. In the meantime, I thank you for stopping by. I ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you soon.